teams, and I would like to see them hit it.
I would too. I mean, they've just been a great team for elevating the level of competition. They're one of the great examples, especially these players the last couple years, whether they're on this roster or different ones last year, have been awesome to watch. 93% though. The people at home strong for STMN. Maybe they saw what we saw at Masters as well. These guys are phenomenal. They should be the ones that are given a lot of love. I mean, 93-7's a lot, but honestly, STMN have been excellent. It's hard to bet against them right now, so I'm going to understand it. Anytime I see, that 90 to 10ish number, I feel like it's, these are pro teams. There's usually a little more odds than that, but I will say I consider STMN a step above these guys for now, like you said. But Wash teams certainly have the capability of hitting that ceiling as well, I think.
First pick Willow for Wash team. Here we go. Want to touch on the bans right quick. No Shelly and no Ruffs. Shelly is kind of like one of the better brawlers we've seen her, and Ruffs is just kind of a go-to selection. But Wash team here, they ban out the Gray and the Stu, for what it's worth, who Stu is just, everybody plays Stu well, but Gray particularly is an STMN special. So a lot of attention being paid to the individuals on the, can we say green and yellow? What colors are stamina?
Yeah,
green and yellow.
Gold maybe? Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's the Mr. P selection alongside the Jesse. We discussed Mr. P in North America West or North America East, but if you're just joining us, this is the NA special. You ask some NA players and they'll just say that Mr. P is the best. When it comes down to the spawners, just the ability to block single target shots is a big deal. And Kenny, you mentioned his HP, so look out for Mr. P in the North American region. But we saw Jesse last time as well. Talk to me about Jesse.
Jesse's definitely an interesting one, especially for this game mode, and I think taking it and pairing it with Mr. P is actually really wise for STMN. Kind of makes them more secure in their own pick as well, because Jesse alongside that turret can do a great job at holding down hot zones, but in addition, the bounce shots can do really well into the porters. So when you pair these two together, it's almost like you're taking a counter out of the equation. So kind of putting all their eggs in one basket, and it actually works out to be a pretty solid brawler, I think. I don't think we see it as much on Split necessarily, but if they keep these walls up, especially, I think Penny's turret Penny's turret as well, of course, which we just saw, but Jesse's turret can get a lot of value too.
Sam. Now, Sam ran the last set that we saw out of North America East. RBM just kind of embarrassed anybody that took a fight to him. Wash team trying to do the same. I will say, RBM, that's kind of what he does. I'm not saying nobody else can pilot the Sam the way he can, but I do think that was sort of an RBM Chazmac Gaming particular. I would love it if Wash team could do the same, so I'm eager to keep an eye out. But Mr. P, Jesse, and Lou is going to be the draft from Stamina, and that's a wild one for me.
Yeah, pretty interesting. I mean, I didn't really expect either of these drafts to kind of happen, if I'm being honest. There's pieces to it that I certainly could have predicted. Mr. P, one we've mentioned a bunch. Teammate I got to interview earlier, OG, even mentioned that Mr. P's in his top 5. Expect to see him a lot. But when paired with Jesse and Lou, that's a very interesting lineup. Typically, we see a little more of a versatile composition. All of these feels like they could be mids on any particular map, but some of them are going to be kind of forced to play these narrow lanes against a brawler that we just saw pop off. I will add, Wash team are a team that definitely are known for playing the tankier brawlers as well. They're certainly equipped to be pretty good on that too, so we'll see if they can excel like RBM did as well. Ooh. Hot start here for them, but Sands taking over alongside Zarp rather quickly.
Yeah, I think Split definitely lends itself to allowing tank play, unless the opponent steps up this hard. Stamina has gone past and beyond, and won't even allow Sam to find a safe spot on the back end. Petrucci's in pain now, looking for the left-hand side as Sands and Bobby duel against Elianas, and the latter do win. Sends Bobby to the left side, 38 to about 38 and counting.
Both sides pretty even right now in terms of overall percentage, but the red side definitely has some work to do on the right-hand edge. It's going to be Czar, Bobby, currently owning the left-hand side as the garbage can lobs up some big fireballs. And it's going to be an ice rink on the right to keep them away here too. STMN going to be able to run away with it a little bit here unless Wash team respond, and all 3 brawlers, thankfully for them, can get it done on the left.
Really like the way Sands is playing this Lou. not just kind of putting circle on circle, but also using it to deny entry to the other zones. And with a 40% lead here for Stamina, that's game one. Very well.
It's hard to point out any flaws. I mean, I think just from top to bottom, everybody doing their part, pretty solid stuff, and an interesting composition like we mentioned, but they make it work. We're gonna have to see this X factor in Alianis playing the Sam really pop off like we did see it earlier in NA East.
So I mean, like, interesting, we're really just using interesting as a euphemism for like rare. We just don't see this comp. But at the end of the day, if you sit back and do the math like you've never seen Brawl Stars before, all these make a lot of sense. Even the Jesse, right? You're looking for just, there are small corridors to walk here onto the point. But I want to change pace here as Wash Team is the one doing all the work here. 60% and counting. Stamina dropping a Lu super on the left-hand side to try and change things up. 2 for 1. And that might give them entry onto the left side, but they are under the thumb here, Kenny. 80% for Wash Team and pretty much 20 for Stamina.
Yeah, one of the first circle 8s that have been possible for skating on this left-hand side, maybe ever in Brawl Stars esports, but they still have so much to come back from right now. Big pop right there of the super. Sand's going to be forced away. A cleanup here from Alianis, even though he does receive the brain freeze. Only a few more percentage points, and I think the boys over on STMN know this one is shocked. It's going to be 1-1.
He went onto the right lane, and I just did not see as successful area denial from Stamina. Sands is back on the left-hand side, and that might be the key.
Yeah, I think that's a good call by you, too. I think Sands ideally playing into the Alianis lane. They want to put down the Winter Wonderland because tanks are warm-blooded creatures. They hate playing the likes of Gale, Lu, and all of those types of brawlers. Like you see here, he needs to be up close in your face, and when he's frozen, he can't move, and it's just easy lineups there for Sands, who gets yet another super here.
That's what I'm talking about. Just in front of the point. There's no reason to put it on the point. Use it to deny entry. And through that, Sands is able to tie the game pretty much, earn a little bit extra. But they got to do it again. Czar taking down the Sam player. And the super goes on the point to allow Sands entry as he was stuck behind. Now stepping forward, taking down Pain, but he falls down himself. Stamina with a lead, but a small one, and it's dwindling.
Yeah, it's going to dwindle quickly, too, especially if they hold on to this right-hand side. Bobby struggling with the home side as Sands comes to the rescue. They're now rotating him over as Alianis picks up a kill here as well, goes down. Sands steps forward. Zar with the stun left-hand side. Batuchez trying to hold on for dear life, capturing their home side turf. It's going to all come down to the away ends as Bobby and Sands look to hold on to this right-hand side.
Stamina needs both sides here for sure. Right side still counting up. That's their home side, so to speak. Pain behind enemy lines as Stamina ties it up. Wash Team completely done on the left-hand side. Now needs to get the away position. Sands pops the super on the point to allow Czar to step up, and he does just that. 1:11 to go. Make a wish. Stamina winning on the right side, losing on the left.
Tight one right now, 10% between these two teams. Olaba really throwing down some fireballs just to keep them back right now. Sands holding on to a super here too, and like you said, great positioning of that, getting the brain freeze as well. Sands steps forward, looking for the kill. He isn't even worried about his own zone.
Again,
perfect defense right there, ruthless. 80% and climbing now as STMN look to focus left.
Alianis looking at Bobby and looking away as Bobby falls down. Czar, the next target for the Sam player, coming around the corner. Pop, pop, there's the left and the right. But Stamina still all right. As the 87% to Wash Team 63. Sands is on a tear. And the super's down, so is Pain. Trade out's good though. So as we count down from 13, Stamina has a 20% lead. And I don't know if it's going to go anywhere as Bobby's on the point as well. So that be that. Stamina take it in game 3 for set 1.
And it was a lot tighter.
We do set MVPs, not we do match MVPs, not set MVPs. But Sands was the MVP for that easily.
Yeah, I'll second with you there. I think the amount of supers that man cycled in was unbelievable. Lou is typically not the easiest brawler to play either. I mean, his shot formation is a little interesting. That's not just a straight line. You know, those snowballs kind of fan out a little bit, and it's not always easy, especially when you got a big, beefy Sam running at you. And so to line up those shots and take advantage of kind of those narrow alleyways, just fantastic work to watch. And now I think teams are catching on to what we have pointed out many times tonight. Not just one Sam ban, two, more than even Shelly, who had an 89% win rate right now. A lot of respect for both of these teams, and they're putting some serious respect on Sam's name.
Well, pinhole punt coming through, and we see the first pick from Betuches to be the M's, one of my favorite personal brawlers. I love the way she just denies a lot of it. If you notice, area denial is a big thing I like to say, because space control is so huge in Brawl Stars. And of course, when it comes down to Brawl Ball, for sure, the Shelly ban is there, so we won't see it. But the Poco and the B, Wash team is picking their next two, Kenny, but I want your opinion on what Stamina is going to end their draft with.
Yeah, two very different brawler selections for them so far. And something to keep in mind, too, they have Ims on the other end. Now we add on a Max for a little extra piece of the puzzle to think about things. But it's a tough spot to be in, right? You want to take advantage of Poco, and I feel like to really bring his ceiling out, you're going to want to pair it with a tankier choice. But on the other end, they've got Ims, and now they pair it with Max. And those two together are a long-time Brawl Stars synergy. So I think they kind of leave themselves open for a few things. I think this is a situation where it's, hey, let's read the defense and see if we can make the right call. Maybe call an audible if they have to as well, because they really don't, you know, hold themselves back in any way. These are two pretty solid brawlers. B, very consistent, one of the most played before our break, and still pretty solid here today. Poco, of course, though, as a healer, is typically going to want to go with one of those aggressive brawlers, but you don't see Sam, you don't see Shelly, and no Ash available.
No Ash.
And now the other side as well, they've picked a Griff, so that's a pretty scary proposition, and they're going to go with Spike, just safety. I think it's hard to run the tank there. I don't know. I like Poco in general, solid brawler, but hard to get a read on it. This is just a draft that brings their ceiling out.
Does he need... This draft doesn't look terrible. Does Poco need a tank to be able to play? I feel like no.
I agree. I don't think it's necessary. I think it helps, but, you know, Screeching Poco is still a lot of fun, still does that extra bit of damage that travels across the map. And at the end of the day, he can still heal teammates too. So they're a little more on the lightweight side, but I think they had a pretty open to interpretation strategy. They read the defense. They said, hey, we cannot run a tank into Griff and Ims. Let's just do the safe thing.
Well, Stamina enter this one up 1-0. And Wash team comes out real fast. Betuches gets a little bit punished for it. Stamina taking their step forward now. And Payne really denying this right side to Bobby rather well. Ball in the possession of Wash team, pushed forward. But the squad, there it is. Max Super pushes them forward. The goal is good. Betuches off of the called play hits goal one.
Wow, impressive stuff. First 30 seconds, we're already with a goal here, and it's going to come down to if they can hold on here. Sands now getting Betuches holding down. Payne forced away. The extra range of STMN is where they can really shine. Czar can outlane any matchup here if he keeps his distance. Sands can do the same, but the extra speed, the area control coming in from Wash team is a lot to handle. Big pickup here. Now Bobby looking to deal with Alianis. Low HP, taking advantage of his super to try and get a little extra juice going. Kick over. Misconnection. Though the life plant, can he stay alive? It's gonna be close, but he doesn't. Blown opportunity here, and Wash team will at least hold on for another moment.
And because of the staggered deaths, that means staggered respawns. The Stamina boys having some fun with the pins. But yeah, missed goal opportunity for Stamina. But they intelligently recognize that the staggered respawns won't allow them the second chance opportunity. So they wait, they bide their time, and then they're coming back in like an Onyx. Sands on the left-hand side, everybody dead. Here comes Payne, and pushed away. Bobby can't make it happen thanks to the friend zone. Nice job there from Payne.
Yeah, Ims is going to be one of the best goalkeepers in the game. Like you said, the friend zone gadget to push the enemies away, a high amount of DPS rather quickly, and now taking that on to Bobby there, who activates gadget, trying to prevent his teammates from being slowed down in that circle, but it is too lethal. Wash team overwhelming their opponents, and they don't even want to go for the goal. They're just going to pocket that darn ball top left-hand side and ride the clock out.
That's a smart play. I usually, a lot of times we see teams like kind of corner of the ball with a minute to go, and I'm like, come on, guys. But this is the intelligent play. 9 seconds, Stamina can't make this happen. And honestly, after Stamina missed that goal opportunity here, Kenny, they had like another, it felt like Stamina, they weren't deflated there. But soon after that, it looked like they were all playing solo queue. So hopefully time between games gets them back in position and they're able to shake it off.
Yeah, Aliana's got a kind of a lucky break there as well. The star power that he chooses heals him up a little bit. He got a nice little pop there, but no luck to be found right now. It's going to be 3 STMN brawlers walking it forward. Sans ball in hand, and this one, that's impossible to miss. Wide goal and a walk-in for STMN. Fantastic response in game number 2.
Exactly. Low latency response is what I want to see when you get stepped on like that. That really shows the mental strong, and honestly, it bolsters the mental as well. So a quick goal here for the STMN guys, but Wash team, Aliana's on the good side of a duel, and Sans makes sure to punish it. It's a 2-on-2. No goal opportunity at the moment, as both players on Washed are popped and the ball shoved up. Dude, Aliana's keeps putting up a stamina pin. I can't handle it.
My brain was thinking the same thing, man. I don't know if it's respect or disrespect, but right now, STMN seriously disrespecting their opponents. It's Bobby with a big kill.
Go for it.
Guard for human life right now, and even though they're throwing up.
When you're playing Brawl to really see those passing lines because of how large players can be, but the vision there, the map vision that Stamina had was really, really strong. Pass, pass, push. Love that play. Stamina ties it 1-1.
Yeah, excellent way to just stay disciplined. Keep in mind that they believe in themselves, to be confident. All is good, and like you said, they were so close last time. Why not just do the thing this time? No mistakes right now as STMN dribble this ball forward. Bobby looking to walk a wide open goal after several takedowns. Once again, they made one mistake, but since then have played almost perfectly in terms of scoring.
Yeah, it's been really impressive with how they've responded, and honestly, this might be a quick second one as well. 2 players fall down, but Tucci's the only man on defense, and the ball in the back of the net. It's 2 at a 2-0 standpoint now. They take the field for Bounty, and you mentioned how Stamina is a very aggressive team. Aggression can sometimes play against you in this game mode.
Yeah, you can't punish yourself too much, right? This is a very passive-aggressive type of game mode, and a lot of the times, too, it comes down to who strikes last. I don't expect to necessarily see STMN with the constant pressure, the constant kills. You know, this is more of a sit-back and relax kind of map, and in the sense that, you know, once you get your kill, don't go crazy. Hold on to your lead. Try and get that blue star if you can, and just let the clock ride out. Sometimes it's about strategically knowing when to back away rather than get aggressive, and STMN certainly capable of doing both.
Picks and bans are out. Wash team ban a lot of Stamina's favorites. I'm looking at the first and second ban of the Mr. P and the Bonnie, things that Stamina like to play a lot. So they go Ruffs and RT. And across the way, it's Gray, Bell, and a waiting last pick.
Interesting stuff, but all pretty normal, all things considered. Again, no Shelly, no Mr. P, just a couple notes, and we keep pointing it out just because we're not used to it, right? Before this kind of second half began, Mr. P was really nowhere to be found, but has since skyrocketed in play rate and awareness across the meta here. Bonnie, somebody that I anticipate seeing a lot too in these ban stages just because of how strong she is right now. First selection here for a thrower, it is going to be Grom coming in, and yeah, again, just kind of pretty standard X's and Y's. You're going to go with your sharpshooters, Gray, who can kind of be helpful with the teleport, and throw a thrower in there as well.
I haven't seen anybody use Gray as successfully as Stamina. Ooh, somebody in East Asia or somebody in Southeast Asia, and I apologize for my lack of remembrance here, but somebody pulled some cool tech out. But outside of that, Stamina has been the Gray team for me, and so we've seen Wash team now do this twice where they either pick or ban it, and I think that's a good look. Czar going to be showing up on the Sprout here, but this has been one of my most anticipated monthly finals this month in a while, because one, we're coming off of a break, and two, the rumble about Mr. P. And when it comes to Brawl players, this is a little BM, but I never know when they're trolling me or when they're being serious. And I see all this talk about Mr. P being the best brawler, and I'm like, are they messing with me? And now we see it. And it's super fun watching the Penguin kind of like get free real estate in everybody's head. And so no Mr. P this time around. Sans on the RT. And Stamina does grab the blue star at first, but Batuches grabs Czar. So it's 2-1, Wash team with the lead, Stamina with the blue.
Yeah, it did cost them ultimately. Going for that blue star again, it's really nice to have, but ultimately it comes down to kills too. So Wash team, the first ones to strike. They're now going to be able to hold behind these walls, and this is where the more passive side of the passive-aggressive game mode comes in, right? Got to pick your spots very wisely, and I think Wash team right now don't want to back off entirely. They're still throwing down shots. They can lob some stuff over the walls with Alianis. They've got the nest egg set up. They've got Payne now with the Super 2, and he can get an isolation play if necessary as well. The wall going down here, Zor trying to protect himself. The walking cane dangerously close to connecting, but he's going to stay healthy for now. A minute to go, 1 kill on the board, and it's Wash team's favor.
Backed up into a corner. Sans picks off one. Ooh, Bobby went for it, but gets pulled and pushed down. Wash team with the lead and the blue star. Ton of Brawl to be played, though. 47 seconds on the clock. Bobby is now playing left side, where Sans was previously. Sans is also playing left side. So the 2-on-1 here in the left lane.
Yeah, it's going to be a little skinny fight here on the left-hand side. Payne low HP, though. Backing away for now. Bounce shots going down. Payne juggling all this so well. Nice dodges, but Bobby ultimately strikes. Sar picking up one on the right-hand side as well. And all of a sudden, with 15 to go, it's a runaway here for STMN.
Trouble, though, because there's still plenty of time on the clock. A baker's dozen to go, and Wash team now pushing up. That said, they lose on the left side. Payne locked out on the right. And with 4 seconds on the clock, Stamina lead. No, it's tied. Scratch it. They lead again.
They're thinking, oh my gosh, they came back to, oh my gosh, STMN gets a kill. Oh my gosh, it might be over once again. And ultimately, it's STMN who come up with that crazy interaction on top. They nearly let it get away from them. And a great effort by Wash team. But again, STMN just slightly ahead for now. Zar surviving with 202 HP. Bobby powering up teammates as well with his passive star power. It's going to be a close one here, but Wash team this time are going to be the ones starting the blue star as each side looks to claim the first kill.
You know, Wash team there, the big picture, they do everything right, man. You know, they chose the right time to go forward, I think. Stamina just, they got a cheeky kill on the left-hand side, to be honest with you. That's what happened. That's what went awry there for Wash team. So honestly, if Wash plays this almost exactly the way game 1 went, they're fine. Trouble on the right side as Payne gets jumped on. And Sans will be the victor there. Tied at 3, Washed with the blue.
Yeah, those are some fantastic dodges. Batucha's actually getting a little aggro there too, maybe trying to follow up some kills, but it's going to lead to an easy one for STMN in that moment. Payne getting tagged up there, and Sans, of course, landed a good shot finally. Hit the gadget as well, not chancing anything, didn't want to go for the follow-through shot. Now a dive forward as well. Like, just a little too aggressive for me, maybe even forgetting that that was there, but that's a couple freebies in my mind for STMN.
I got to agree. Looked like an oopsie daisy, let's say. That's the technical term. Aliana's forced out, but not dead yet. Too soon for Wash team to fully push up right now with 24 seconds on the clock. One trade out, so it's 6-9. Stamina on the good side. Kenny, I want to see him push at like 10, 11 seconds. And well, it's 10, 11 seconds. They're pushing forward. Payne dies again. Doesn't get the kill onto Czar. Czar trades against Giannis. And just like that, 13-8. Stamina take the game and the set and the whole match. They're headed to finals. Awaiting? We'll find out soon.
Oh, and he's big chilling. Some model experience too. That's actually kind of wild.
Woo!
No, oh brother.
Sleep on him, little bro.
Respect. Unbelievable. Oh, now he's